just tell us a little about yourself and how you got involved in videos?
My name's Dave. I live out in Clinton Township. I work at the Warren location of the videos as well. I started working here April of 2009. They needed some help just during like the flower weekend, like, during Flower Day. And Flower Day is, I don't know if you guys know what it is, but it's kind of like a festival down here, really. I mean, all the farmers in the market, they come down and the land growers, they seem to call them. They sell all their flowers down here, and it's people make tradition out of it. Come down every year during Flower Day.
Yeah.
Pick up all their flowers for the garden for the year. They need some extra help, and I volunteered, and I've been working ever since. And I'm here every Saturday. It's the only day I work down here, unless they need some extra help during the week sometime. Through the months, April, May, through the summer basically. April through December is our busiest time of the year. January, February kind of slower. Today we're probably busy. We run a shuttle to all major events down in downtown Detroit. Lions games, Red Wings games, Tigers games. We're going to shuttle all those, and tonight we're running the shuttle to the Kid Rock concert actually too.
What's your favorite part about Eastern Market?
The diversity. I like all the different people that come in. It's pretty interesting actually to see all the different people that come down.
Do you have any good memories here? Anything that sticks out?
Opening day. This night for the Tigers opening home opener. This past April 2010, I believe it was. It was just busy all day, constant, non-stop. Even throughout the game, it was a pretty chilly day. So people went to the game like to see like the first pitch thrown out in the national anthem. The first inning, they came right back. But its opening day was awesome. It was packed all day, and it was a really good time.
Do you have any interesting stories about Eastern Market you want to share?
Well, I told you my knowledge of the two other bars and restaurants down here that both used to be, sorry teacher, they used to be brothels. The Butcher's Inn and Roma Cafe, I've been told they're both brothels actually. The butchers who used to work in the market long ago, in the slaughterhouses, used to work long hours, and they wanted to have some fun, I guess, in the evenings.
Well, thank you very much.
No problem.
Okay, what was it like growing up here?
It was awesome growing up here. I got to see things that most of my friends from the suburbs would actually they would never have the opportunities. I mean, you get to see the other side of where your food comes from. There's a lot of wholesale down here. There used to be a lot of there were slaughterhouses down here. The average kid who goes to the supermarket has no idea where did this steak come from, where did this hamburger come from, where did this box of bananas come from. Here is like a step removed from the supermarkets, and you kind of got to see it. We used to, when I was a kid, my dad used to send us back. There was a lot of farmers from Ohio. He'd send us back for a little trip on a farmer's truck, basically, back to the farm in Ohio, and got to see where they grow things, process them, things like that. And most kids have no idea and will never know where the products in the supermarket come from.
What's the best story you've heard about Eastern Market's history and stuff?
The best story? Well, probably there's two interesting things about this area. Number one, this whole area, including the freeway here, was originally an Indian burial ground. So when they dug for the freeway, they found all kind of Indian artifacts and things like that. And you can still go today and see a lot of those things at the Detroit Historical Museum. And to go a little ahead in history, under some of the buildings here, there's still tunnels and access doors, whatever you want to call them, that this was the last stop on the Underground Railroad when escaped slaves were heading to Canada. This is the last place they would go before they went across to Canada. So you can still go and see some of the the hiding places in the basements and the tunnels to the different buildings that they could escape from, things like that. And then there's a lot of history. You know, there were some speakeasies and some things during Prohibition. There was a lot of places here. This is actually the place you're in right now is the oldest continuously operating tavern in the state of Michigan. Absolutely, which means it kept operating during Prohibition.
Yeah.
What's your fondest memory of Big Five?
When I got to fire him.
I never worked here.
Probably my fondest memory would be,
What a fight.
when I look back, my fondest memory was when my dad would wake me up when I was a little kid at 5 o'clock in the morning, and at that time I thought he was making me come to work, but in reality I look back, I got to come in and hang out with him and see what he did, and see how he earned a living, and learn what he did for his family.
So you've worked here all your life?
Oh yeah, well, on and off. We've been here about 44 years.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Can you tell us a little bit about your dad and when he started his business?
He started somewhere around 1967 here. When he first started, it was just a little hole in the wall. And then in about 1975, we had a fire. Burned top to bottom, front to back. He had no insurance, so it took him about 2 years to rebuild. And, ever since then, he built it up to what it was. He passed away about 9 years ago now, and thank God we've been able to continue on.
When people come here, what do they most likely order? Like, what's the most popular item on the menu?
Our popular items are our burgers, which we do a special burger, half-pound burger, topped with a quarter-pound of pastrami, melted Swiss, our own house-made beer mustard, and it's served on a pretzel roll. And we also serve a lot of mussels.
Caribbean jerk mussels, really.
Yeah, they're really good. Can we take a message? I'll call him back.
Do you
Cut!
market?
Favorite place to go is Rocky Peanut Company. It's like Willy Wonka Candy Factory.
Yeah, we were just over there. We met the lady who's running it right now. She was really nice.
Oh yeah, that's Rocky's daughter.
Yeah, Patricia. Yeah.
I used to work for them when I first got out of college. My dad got me a job. I didn't want that job, but he sent me over there to work for Rocky himself. I learned about the real world working over there.
What was Rocky like?
What was Rocky like? Rocky was, all I can say about Rocky is he was respected by every single person. He was in two industries really, produce and nuts and candy. And I'm going to tell you, he was
Living on the front line. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, mama, mama, you got me. Oh, yeah, I know who he is. I know who he is.
We out here, I'm just like so happy because my baby going to Europe for the summer and I was like,
Can you just tell us about yourself and why you come to Eastern Market?
I come to Eastern Market because I make these hat and scarves. And they're one of a kind, and I don't sell them nowhere else but here. So you find one of a kind stuff that's here and people make that bring here to sell. And I'm one of the vendors. So that's one of the reasons why I come, to sell my hats and scarves. The only place I come to sell.
The only place you come?
Only place I
Why
come to
did you
sell.
pick Eastern Market?
Well, I picked Eastern Market because when I first started coming, I used to be on that right across there.
Yeah.
And I had a lot of success. So after coming for a while, I met these guys. So now we all come together now. They call me in the morning and say, we down here, what time you coming? So we all come together now. We come in groups so we don't be by ourselves, that's the safer in numbers.
How early do you usually get here?
I've gotten here as early as 4 a.m.
Ouch.
How late do you stay?
either two reasons why we leave. It get dark or it snows or it rains.
Yeah.
Then we go. Those are the only three reasons we leave. We be out here all day
Yeah,
outside.
otherwise just wow. Do you have any fond memories of Easter Park?
Oh yeah, I remember my mom used to go to Central and they used to have a line because they used to give away chitlins for free when I was little. But now they sell it because they see a lot of black people like them. But I guarantee you they're $14.99 up for a 10-pound bag over there. They were free and they probably was 20-pound bags.
They were just giving them away.
They would give them away and my mom would say, I gotta get there early to be in line. It would be a long line, it'd be all black people in line because black people love chitlins. So now they sell them for $14.99 for 10 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
It's the pig intestines. I'm sure they gave away a lot of other stuff besides chitlins. They probably gave away the ears and the feet, probably the head at that time.
Yeah.
But now they sell them.
What's probably busiest of year? Christmas or summer?
Christmas is the most busiest for me with my hats and scarves, 'cause that's all I sell. But the other vendors have other stuff like the earrings. She says she can't keep that spring filled with them because they buy them a lot in the summer. But now she's not selling them, and they haven't bought one all day.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she hasn't sold one all day, earring. But in the summertime, she can't.
So it kind of depends on what you sell, right?
Kind of depends on what you sell. I think people are still just recovering from the Christmas holiday spending. I've only sold one hat today.
Oh.
One hat and scarf. So,
How much do you usually sell?
during the holiday, I could sell 200-300 in one day.
Wow.
So that's no biggie to make $200 in one day.
Yeah.
You know, and that's even before 8 hours is up. You know, I've made that much, so it just depends. Right now it's slow. Like I said, I've been out here since 9, one hat, one scarf, all day.
Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Now that vendor got something else different. He makes money regardless.
Okay.
So if he might let you interview him.
Okay, we'll talk to you.
Alrighty.
What was your first name?